So guys, I live here in this building. It's really important, first and foremost, that when you leave this building, you close this gate on your way out.
Okay.
This little knob on the one on the bottom here, he turns it, and just make sure that it closes all the way, right? Cool. So back behind our building, as I said, are the backs of the shopping stores from around the corner. And a few years ago, they tore down one of those big stores. And when they rebuilt the new one, they changed the shape of the building, and they left this really big empty space behind our wall here. So up there, you see the new building, but they left the space here. So we knew it. And before you go in, you can take a look. There's some really nice ones out here as well. Like behind you, you have a door 2449 on the top there. That's an artist from Paris, France. And Tona One from Munich. Uner from Mexico. Chica Danny from Colombia. And her husband is Pez from Barcelona. Carlos Ramirez from California. Smack One from Austin, Texas. You got I Am Fake and Hugo Mulder. But we knew it was empty back here, so we climbed over the wall and opened this old door. I made this. Nice. There were artists, and there was someone that could be a link between it all. And you know what made it cool is that it was in a safe place. It was in a cool, indoor, hidden away place that police couldn't get to until you let them in, or you know, it was our corner of the woods. And it happened to be here in the middle of the city. It was again one of those miracle moments. The first year was really building it up and being excited by it and seeing what we can get in there, paint and get away with it. The owner still didn't know, the police still didn't really know. So that first year was still like and then the police figured it out, and then eventually the owner figures it out, and then we had permission, which made it even more relaxed in that sense. So the first year still had its secret garden, and that's why we named it that to begin with. It was a secret place in a sense. Yeah, we had a couple of nights with the neighborhood people back there, with little mini bonfires, and we did Easter back there. We did different birthday parties, and it was always for the neighborhood first, obviously. That's why we went in there. We went in there to make a space for the kids to play in. And then I just saw all these walls and knew the people I knew, so I said, I'm going to invite some people to paint here, guys. I said, yeah, sure, go ahead, let's see what you got. And we showed them what we got. Some people just showed up and they were like, yo, man, we were here from so-and-so, we heard about it. Do you have any room? And show me what you got. And show me some work. Walk through the back of them and be like, that's a cool place. You're afraid of ladders? You're not afraid of ladders? That's up there as an open space. Are you here for 5 days? Because this artist is, maybe we can rotate this and move, ask him if he wants to paint over here and you can paint over him. Or if someone epic was coming through that we were like, all right, no, then they're getting that space because that space hasn't been painted in 8 months. So let's do it. time of 2.5 years later that it's in full swing and we're going, it was like, okay, what can we do with the timing? How can we create energy around it as well as offer opportunities for artists? It was always a little bit of a nudge to keep it fresh, because I wanted locals to come back and find new things, and I wanted artists to get a chance. So it was like a minimum of 6 months, I guess, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, that your piece was always gonna, got a shot to stay and be there. And then after that, it was okay. What can we do? What should we do? Sometimes I invited artists because I liked what they had done out at NDSM and different things, and they came and they did something completely different, but it ended up great. And there were other times when we were lucky enough to have someone like Cornbread come through and do something through the Strat or whoever else. They were always nice. That's what I try to keep as a nice surprise. You never knew. The Mexican kid, Micton Murals, before the Brazilian kid with the pretty face on, the one underneath that, the Aztec warrior thing, was also a nice surprise. I had no idea. I knew he made that kind of art, so just gave him a good wall. Because at that point we were doing the mini festival, the Big Walls Festival. We were just painting those other ones, and I was like, let's bring him in, let's freshen it up. And he painted something epic. It was cool. Stayed until almost the end. Some people did get to stay until the end. There were, I think, 3 or 4 pieces, maybe 5, that were never touched. Yeah. It was good though. It was fun. Yeah, and the let go, what can you do? There was nothing we could do. It was already always gonna go. We only got a chance in there. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So to let it go or to end it was always something that was a natural thing, in a sense. It was never a super disappointment. I never felt I never had a cry in the shower or nothing about it.